When they told me to come here, I didn't want to come. I don't want to leave Melbourne. Well, just go for a few months and then we'll bring you back. How they've lost me. My big project was the secondary school I built up there. There weren't any roads and there weren't any electricity. I was nearly drowned once in the Wainebuka. Had to cross the river 4 times to get to Mass in the Wainebuka. I really got to love Nasuri. I didn't want to leave that place either. And I did how many weddings in Nasuri? Oh, hundreds. The Fijisa, Juna, the Nuva Vinakasara. I lived in Ongumara, Tikum, Ajbidi,
He was promised to spend just 6 months in Fiji and return home to Melbourne in Australia. This was a promise by heads of the Catholic Church in Australia in 1964 when they sent Father Alan Josephine to Fiji for mission work. But the 6 months promise turned to a 60-year period of being a priest in the country, having worked in villages in the districts of Rewa, Tailevu and Ra.
Church was built in about 910, Very the church was here. Built by the Maris,
Right, the French.
Very young. But when I came here, everything was in ruins. The church had no doors on it. And the teachers were here. They lived in Fijian Bures. And some of the classrooms were bamboo classrooms. And it was something, very, very difficult,
Yes.
And how we survived, And the classrooms were just, as I said, bamboo, Some of the classrooms, there was no solid classrooms.
Father Finn, or the Great Finn, as commonly known among Catholics, is from Canowindra in New South Wales, Australia, and he worked with Father Arthur Bridgewater in building and restoring the St. John the Apostle parish in Natovi, which was established in 1867 and had its church built in 1910.
Father Bridgewater, the great naval chaplain in the Second World War, who was recommended for a VC, Father Bridgewater, for anointing all wounded on the deck. He was told by the captain, "Hey, Bridgewater, get out of the line of fire." And he just saluted the captain of the ship and carried on anointing the wounded on the deck of the ship. So he was recommended for a VC, Father Bridgewater. And he was the first priest here, first Vincentian he came, and I was with him. I found him dead on the table here. He passed away. He was 80, 90 something. No, it was only 80 something. Not 80 something. He was a great naval chaplain, and he was our first Vincentian here. And I was lucky when I came to be with him. But I only came for about 6 months to be with him, and eventually I've been here, nearly 60 years. It's a long, long time. From nothing, the parish is what it is today. It's a beautiful parish. Over 3,000 Catholics. There were only just a few Catholics in those early days. It's a very big parish, right up into Ra, and Wainebuka, everywhere. Very big, And it's growing and growing, And the church is packed every Sunday, It's a very big parish.
Father Alan Finn, who started the parish in 1964 with another priest, said many challenges he endured over the years has paid off. Another major project Father Finn achieved in Natovi was the construction of the St. Vincent's College, which started in 1973, in which he was assisted by government officials that looked after the province of Tailevu. With no proper roads at that time, the parishioners used horses to take building materials from Korovo town to the parish.
My big project was the secondary school I built up there. Big secondary school. It's got nearly 400 students in it now.
You started that?
I started. And it was picking the site. I picked the site by brother Tanner picked the site. He was a brother here. And then the DO in Corahol levelled it all with his bulldozer, eh? And we built that lovely school up there, eh?
What year was that, Father?
Well, it opened in about 19... I'd say that's where my memory gone. 79, eh? 79 it was opened, eh? The school. And it's a big school now. Matter of fact, there's crowded, eh? And a lot of boarders and everything here. And I was able to build a dining room. It was one of my first projects. I became parish priest in 73, eh? 1973. And Father Bridgewater was transferred to Nassori as parish priest. I became parish priest of Natovi.
So you...
73, eh?
Yes.
And the first project I did was the dining room, big dining room. Because they just nowhere to eat properly. So we built a big dining room, and then gradually we were able to build bit after bit, eh? Gradually, so as we got money, eh? And then I made a big appeal in Australia to get money to build our formation house, eh? Down in Wailuku.
So you came in from Australia, Father?
I came from Australia, eh?
And you're Australian?
I'm an Australian.
Okay.
And I didn't want to live, I was so happy in Melbourne. I was in a big parish in Melbourne, and I loved it. I didn't want, when they told me to come here, I didn't want to come, huh? I don't want to leave Melbourne. Well, just go for a few months and then we'll bring you back. How they bluffed me. Our council, they bluffed me and I came here, and the place was all falling to pieces. There was nothing here. There's a big, we got 50 acres of land and so on. So gradually we were able to change it and fix the church up and fix the sister's house up. We got the sisters here and build the dining room and build the dormitories, eh? The dormitories, eh? There was no proper dormitory. They only had pit toilets and no proper dormitories. Just pit toilets where they just lie down, just a few boarders in those days. And now got lovely toilets, lovely dormitories, and all the amenities you want in a dormitory. And the boarders are very, very happy, eh?
What about the roads? Was it
the girls,
gravel, the road, the main road?
The roads. There weren't any roads and there weren't any electricity.
Although he retired last year, Father Finn still remembers those days of walking through the forest and crossing 4 rivers to get to Nalindi village in Wenibuka, where he almost died at one time while trying to cross a river.
Did visit the villages all. I used to do a walk. In the Wenibuka, I had to cross the river 4 times. I nearly drowned once in the Wenibuka. Had to cross the river 4 times to get to Mass in the Wenibuka, eh?
What villages in Wenibuka?
Nalindi is the main one, eh? Nalindi in the Wenibuka, eh? It's a very big village now. We were able to build a church. We carried the blocks on horseback. Believe it or not, carrying the blocks on horseback.
In the 1970s?
We built, I forget when we did that, in the 1970s, yeah. But you had to build a church, the parish was growing, Nalindi. It's a very big place. We had a big church there now, they've done it all up. And, well, everything was there. They had all the sand in the river and so on, eh? That's where we were able to, and they took the blocks on horseback. So my memory's gone, so a lot of things I can't remember.
Since Father Finn didn't return to Australia, he had to learn the Itauke language, and today he is a fluent speaker of the native tongue.
One boy who came our first Vincentian, first graduate, one of the early graduates from Corpus Christi, he was appointed to teach me Fijian, and he's buried down there, eh? Pella. Our father, he became our first Vincentian, Father Pella, eh? And he's buried down there, and he was appointed to teach me Fijian as he's a Corpus Christi teacher. And he taught me the Fijian. He used to make me practice it and go over it, and he'd listen to me and say it properly. And it was very hard, but he really prepared me. Then he listened to me, practicing it and preaching it, and So Pella was great to me, Father Pella, eh? Then he became a Vincentian. He said he wanted to be a priest. And Father Pella, and he's dead and buried here, eh? And we've called our first piece up in the Wanibuka, Pella Villa. We've got a house up there out of it used to be owned by a fellow who was a QBS, and he was leaving and he wanted to sell his house. We were able to buy his house, Pella Villa, and we called it after Pella, our first Vincentian priest. That's still there now.
First Fijian Vincentian.
First Fijian to become a Vincentian, Pella.
What are other memories you have here?
Well, I have a lot of memories.
Walking.
My memory's gone. My memory's gone, eh? But the thing is, I have a lot of memories of visiting the villages, eh? I was able to get a boat from, the money to build a boat from Australia. They gave me the money to build the boat. And the next student of my school in Australia, my school, he gave me the money to buy a 50 horsepower Mercury engine. And they was able to visit all of the villages on the coast. They're in the parish of Natobi. And, it was wonderful, eh? The villages, eh? The
You had to get used to the Fijian food, the local food.
Oh, yeah, I got used to that, yeah. The local food here. Because they didn't have money to buy food, so it's just a local food, eh? Maybe from what they grew themselves. Because a lot of dala, as you know, eh? And but it was very difficult you had to walk everywhere, swim across the rivers, and but still I was young, eh? When you're young, you can do nearly anything, eh? And I was fit and so on, but now I can't do a thing. I can't see, I'm half blind, and my memory of all these past events was gone, eh? But
You've enjoyed your stay in Fiji as a priest?
I did as a young priest, yeah. I enjoyed my life in Fiji. There's no roads, as you know, we had to walk nearly to everything. And but still I didn't mind walking. I had trained boys who came with me, and they used to take all my luggage and we'd cross the rivers together. And even I was nearly drowned once in the one river walking to Soa up in Ra, crossing the river, and the catechist saved me, eh? Oh, yeah. So it's wonderful, eh?
Father Finn also served in Osori as parish priest, where he conducted more than 100 weddings and baptism for the parishioners.
I really got to love Osori. I didn't want to leave that place either, eh? And I did how many weddings in Osori? Oh, hundreds. Over 100 weddings in Osori. And I got to love that parish, the people of Osori, and so on, eh? And then I was there for 12 years in Osori, and that place really grew, eh? Osori. And I didn't want to leave Osori. I had one school about to start, another school, and also in another parish to extend the church. And I was told, enough, retire. And I didn't want to retire. I said, no, I got 2 more big projects. I got the church I want to extend and build and enlarge the church down where we live, somewhere it was. And also I wanted to build a school and we're ready to start a school, eh? Another school. And I said, no, enough, retire. So they took me, grabbed me, brought me back and took me to Australia for 2 months holiday and retired.
And you came back here to Natobi?
Retired and everything. What's our place? There in, down in, I went to our place down in Wailuku, yeah. I got that land in Wailuku too. I made an appeal in Australia and got the money to buy the land in Wailuku and build the big house in Wailuku. You know the big house in Wailuku?
Pasvali.
What, eh?
Pasvali.
Pasvali. Pasvali. Pasvali, was it? Yes. Built a house in Pasvali. And our formation house, we were wanting to build a formation house because young boys wanted to be Vincentian. And so I built a house, got money from Australia, and we built a house, formation house in Pasvali.